It's been a while, put your sack on the track, ho.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? Welcome back to Hip Hop Radar Underground. I am Sack Juggalo. This is another VIP interview we got today. Curtis Foster with us. Yo, Curtis, how you doing today, brother? Hey, man, we're doing great over here. We just wrapping up the weekend and, vibing to some tracks. Now, just real quick, I have your link tree up. How would you like us to play your music while we're on this tonight? Yeah, you want me to go to YouTube so we can watch the videos? You want to listen to it on Spotify? Okay. Hey, that's what's up. You can't really get a better deal than that, right? There's no other better deal. Mm-hmm. Hey, I heard it was like $25 a year or something like that. Okay. Okay. Oh, hold on, Curtis. I forgot to unmute you. Son of a bitch. I always do that, man. Hey, big shout out to Peter Edmond. Let me get you that blue suit, man. Thank you for the heads up on that. Yo, let
Oh,
me
what's
just
good, Inman?
restart. Yo, we are
Hey,
back on
Peter
hip hop.
Inman.
Peter Edmond coming through with the save, man. Big
Man,
salute. How you doing today, Curtis, man?
I'm doing wonderful, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. And we're here on this great Sunday morning with my guy, man. We're going to get into some music, man. And go ahead and finish up what you were saying there.
Oh yeah, no, man. I'm saying, yeah, you can pop the shit on the music off on Linktree through YouTube, anything like that. DistroKid, it's got a whole channel up there with my songs, in addition to my channels up there with music videos.
Yeah.
So anything we play, like, you know, yeah, let's run it.
Hey, that's what's up. And don't forget, down in the description below is a link to that link tree. Make sure you click on that. Go to all the socials, follow, listen to on the platforms of your choice. It's all there. You don't have to search for it. Yo,
Oh yeah.
Kobe Camden in the house. Big salute. Big salute to my dude Monk. And a big salute to Peter Emmett for the save, man. Appreciate you, man. That's I'm just gonna be real. I'm a big stoner motherfucker and I forget shit all the time, man.
Oh yeah, that shit happened. Shout out Peter Inman. I've known that motherfucker like half my life.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
He's an OG.
Facts. And I tell you what, showing up for the artists like this, you know, you may have known them 10 months, you may have known them 5 months, you may have known them your whole life. Showing up to these things means a ton to these artists, man. So I appreciate
Oh
that
yeah.
just in that.
No, I appreciate every single person out there watching this right now. Like, hell yeah,
Hell yes.
be here, man. Thanks for
So
the
where are you
opportunity.
coming from?
Where am I? I'm right here in Chicago, born and raised. Never lived anywhere else. That's my city. In
Hey,
my opinion, best city in the world, but that's me. Um, I love it here, man. And growing up here, there's just like a really rich scene in terms of the music here. You got everything underground too. Like you got like dope ass underground hip hop,
yeah,
metal, punk, like whatever you want is here.
that's
That's what I love
fire.
about it.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. So how you feel about Palmer Squares?
Palmer Squares, man, they're dope.
Fire, right?
Yeah, when I started making music, like I started doing it a long time back, kind of like as a hobby. It's one of those things that I was just doing for fun and kind of feeling out my place in it and what I wanted to do with it. And there were a few like local shows that I had the opportunity to do. We're talking like back in like maybe like 2016-ish.
Nice.
And a couple of them had Palmer Squares on the bill at
That's
this old
fire.
joint in Chicago called Grand Bar. And then there was one where I performed at like Lake Forest College, which is like out northeast a little bit. But yeah, like I remember listening to them after the first time I saw them perform live, and still to this day, like I got a favorite song by them, and it said "So Long." You know
Mm.
that I haven't slept in so
No.
long, like
Yeah.
smooth.
And they're really good at what they do. They've been around in Chicago for a long time, so
Yeah,
that's a big staple out there, I imagine.
yeah, nothing but respect for
Facts.
their music and their sound, man. They're awesome,
So growing up in Chicago, what was that like?
man. It's cool. Uh,
Almost cold at
I
times,
feel
I
like,
imagine.
huh?
Almost cold at times.
Yeah, real cold. Like we're just coming off of like what 2 days ago we had like a low of like -10
Whew.
and a high of like 8 degrees on Friday. So that was nice. It's the kind of weather that makes you want to like you get up and you don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to
Right.
really do anything. It's like but aside from the cold, man, like it's incredible here. Like I said, I've never really lived anywhere else, so having the opportunity to grow up in a place that has so much to offer. I mean, we're talking like third largest city in the US by population alone,
Yeah.
but it's got a great transit system. You get anywhere you want, which makes it really easy to get to shows,
Mm.
whether you have a car or you don't. One of my favorite venues in the city is a small spot called Subterranean, which is right off one of the train lines. It holds like maybe 250 to 300 people, but
Nice.
that's where when I started wanting to really take a step forward and actively pursuing this music shit, that's where some of the first shows that I was able to perform on like opening for touring artists we're at,
Ooh.
and they they're dope there. I mean, they have this like weekly like Tuesday night like 606 open mic night,
Mm.
which is just all hip hop and rap. It starts like late in the night, like 10, 11 o'clock, goes to like 1, sometimes 2 in the morning shit.
Hey,
But yeah, they got a lot of love for for the genre here.
that's what's up. Shout out to Subterranean. Keep doing your
Yeah.
thing out there, man. Big shout out to D coming through. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you're doing well up there in the cold Canadian weather. I don't think it's cold up there anymore. Maybe. They be snowing. That shit be snowing like covering cars and shit out there. I'm like, what?
Mm,
You
it's
gotta
too
have
much
a
for me.
right. You gotta have a big ass shovel,
Oh, for me.
dude. I ain't fucking with no big ass snow shovel.
Man,
Fuck that.
I got a blurred perspective of that, but like I flew out with my girl to visit Alaska last year
Mm.
in April. Because she has like friends who live out there, and we're like flying over the Yukon in Canada. And I was just like looking at the plane. I was like, damn, it's literally just it's snow everywhere. Like I'm like, that's intimidating. I wouldn't
Facts.
want to like in the Yukon like that.
Yeah, That's why everybody in Canada live near the border of America because they're like, fuck that up
Mhm.
there. They're like,
No,
that's
I mean
way too
that's
crazy.
why it's like that huge, vast like surface area land, and like there's not too many people like living in that area. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
I wouldn't want to either.
He said, Monk said, just come to Australia if you don't have to worry about snow at all. Hey, that's what's up.
No,
Oh,
yeah, I would love to visit Australia, man. You
facts.
don't got to worry about snow, but I don't know. I'm not like a thousand different venomous creatures roaming around every square inch of the place.
Well, that's the thing. I've talked to Monk a lot, and he said, yes, that is true. There's a lot of deadly animals, but they just generally ain't in the cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if
No,
you're in a city, you're pretty
Australia
safe.
looks beautiful. Like I want to visit there so bad.
Facts. D said it was minus 30 degrees Celsius yesterday. Today it was plus 3. God. God, I don't think I own enough jackets, bro. Seriously, I'm out here in California. It cold to us is like 29, 28 degrees. That's about as cold as it gets, just below
Where in
freezing.
California are you about?
Sacramento,
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
and we in the valley over here. So, but it get hot as a mug, dude, during the summer. Like it really gets
Yeah.
hot. Like sometimes I'll get up to like 110, 115 degrees.
Shit, that's hot.
Right?
Yeah. No, I mean it gets here like it'll get like upper 90s here sometimes, but that's not that common. And I mean it's just the humidity's a bitch though.
Mm,
Coming off of like Lake Michigan.
okay.
But in California, y'all are like near the coast there, so you get that too, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, we. I tell you what, it's like sometimes only when there's a bunch of clouds in the sky does it get humid because we're in the valley, we're separated. Like if you go to San Francisco, like there's still another mountain range to get over before you get to
Yeah.
San Francisco, and then if you go east, there's a mountain range to get over to get to like Reno and shit like that. So if
Yeah.
we get a lot of cloud coverage, it gets kind of thick and crazy. But I used to live in Tennessee, and I've been to Florida, and you can hardly breathe in those states. Like it's so thick.
Yeah, no, Florida, yeah. I've been to Florida once. I was younger. I was a kid. I was like 11, but I remember like getting out of the airport and being like, "Oh shit." Like I'm walking around in like a virtual reality sauna or some shit.
Facts. Because as soon as you walk outside, it's instant sweat.
Yeah.
There's no stopping it.
Yeah.
So when you were younger, you said you like to you're fucking around like I don't know 2016. You said 2015,
Mhm.
kind of playing with music and stuff. Before that, were you always like interested in maybe having this as a hobby or a career, or were you always a
Yeah.
writer?
I mean, truthfully, it's one of those things that I've wanted to do pretty much my entire life. I started getting into music heavy when I was like 10, and the first artist that I started listening to that I like fell in love with their music was Linkin Park.
Mm,
And from there, it just kind of like I gravitated a lot toward the rapping element of their music and then the heavier parts. And so from there, I just kind of like split off and started listening to more metal and more hip hop and more metal and more hip hop. So I started playing guitar like the year after that, um, playing a lot of metal shit, but I would write like lyrics all the time, like when I was junior high and high school, and I never really did anything with it or pursued it. You know, it was after I was out of high school that I was like, I'm gonna start like putting my hand into trying to make some tracks.
Yeah.
And it's something that I always wanted to pursue, but I think it took a few years of kind of like feeling it out as a hobby to really like have the confidence to be like, I want to actively pursue doing this like seriously.
Yeah. And the thing is like you get your hooks in it, and you find out that I'm fucking talented. I could do this. You know what I'm saying? And then you really start pursuing it. How was that transition from hobby to this is going to be what I do for a living?
Um, Man, it was weird because I had this weird relationship with it where, like I said, it was one of those things that I wanted to do, but ending up at the point of having the confidence to like actively do it is a whole different thing, you know? So I
Right.
started putting out tracks. Like I had a whole different stage name, which was like Vex VEX DMC, and I would do shows around here in Chicago. I put out this album in 2016, and it was all like predominantly like boom bap inspired shit. So like,
Nice.
you know, that kind of like late 90s, early 2000s, had an underground feel to it. And I played around with like doing some shows here in the city, opening for a couple bigger artists, you know, and that was me kind of like putting my foot in the water, feeling out like, am I able to like do something when I get on these bigger shows?
Yeah.
And one of the confirmations I had with that, like at the very end of 2016, I had the opportunity to open for, of all people, Ja Rule.
Ooh.
And it was at this venue in Chicago called the Portage Theater that holds like 2,000 people. And I remember like walking out on stage and it was like filled, and I was like, oh, I don't know how to perform to this many people, but I'm
Hey.
my best, you know. And it went really well, you know. And that's where I started having a little more confidence in like doing this. But subsequently after that, I started having some kind of like health things that I had to take care of,
Hmm.
for lack of a better word. That kind of pulled me away from making music for about a year, year and a half. And then I was getting back into it kind of just around the time that everything was getting shut down in
Hmm.
2020.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, so I have all this time on my hands. I've recently been really getting back into making music. Time to just spend all my free time on that. And from there, I was in a position where I said to myself, this is what I want to actively pursue, like for good.
And you
That's the
started dropping a ton of music videos.
what's up?
And then you started dropping a ton of music videos.
Yeah, yeah. I did a couple. I made a couple at home when I was stuck in home with nothing to do. There was nobody out there shooting any music videos, anything like that. I made this dumbass song that I love called Outside. It's got like a little poppy hook, but it was basically just trying to put a lighthearted spin on, hey, stuck in home with nothing to fucking do.
Hey, that's what's.
Recorded, you know.
I tell you what, for music, for the music people, the industry itself, not like Sony and all that other crap, but for people who make music, especially the underground crowd, it
Yeah,
flourished during that time, because
it
all you
did.
had to do was sit down and write and record, and if you had enough, got a camera, you could shoot that, the whole thing.
Mhm.
It got
Yeah,
really, really. As a music lover, you know what I'm saying? I had plenty of stuff to listen to. It
yeah.
did not. There
There's
was
a
no
lot of
shortage.
there's a lot of really creative shit coming around then too.
Yeah.
And I was off work for 2 months or so before I had to go back in,
Mm.
and being on unemployment, and with what they were giving out at the time for unemployment, I'm like, I'm gonna take some of this money and invest in better equipment.
Yep.
You know, I'm stuck at home with nothing to do. That's where I got this microphone right here. I used to use like a blue baby bottle mic and
Okay.
upgraded to the Neumann TLM 102.
Hey, that's what's up.
And, you know, then I was able to see more of a quality in like the vocals that I was recording at home.
Yeah.
Standing back, listening, thinking this is a this is a whole tier up from the quality of the vocals I was getting before. I
That's
loved
what
it.
I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
just real quick, I want to shout out Nicolette, Marasa, maybe. I apologize if I get the name wrong, but thank you for coming through and showing some love. Got that blue suit for you. Welcome to the Wrench Gang, and that's only going to be up to 5,000 subs. So after that, nobody else is getting blue suits. Uh,
Shout out
basi-
Nicola. Hey,
yeah. Bill Tybo's in the house. Paul's in the house.
what up,
Wall
Bill?
is
What
in the house.
up,
Wallflower. Yeah, big salute to y'all, man. And just in case y'all don't know who this is Curtis Foster, Chicago area
Bill?
artist, and his link is in the description below. Make sure you click on that, get all the details right away. Yo, so I was going to ask you about that stage present thing. Like when you first jumped on stage,
Yeah.
uh, what were the feelings going through you? Like, were you nervous? Were you anxious?
Yeah, yeah, man. The first few times that I performed, I didn't know what to do with myself. I knew to rap my lyrics and I knew to talk to the crowd a little bit in between songs, but I was nervous as shit. I didn't know like what am I supposed to do with my arms? What am I supposed how am I supposed to walk around?
You had that
And
Ricky Bobby shit. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Literally like trying to push it back down. And it was after the first few shows that I did, and I, you know, I had some homies in the crowd who were like, "Hey, you might want to watch like how much you're pacing on stage."
mm,
I'm like I'm up there like shaking nerves. I didn't even notice like I would go from one side of the stage to the other, and it took a while before I was comfortable being up there and really able to start kind of like letting that confidence come through. And like knowing how to like incorporate like crowd banner and like actually engage with the people who are getting into the music and not look like I'm scared shitless up there.
right. And
Look
now,
a little bit. Now it's like where I feel most in my natural element. I love it.
nice,
It's
because that's where
happy.
I was going next with it. Like when you get up to that point where they introduce you and you take the stage, you feel like, motherfucker, this is my stage.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly.
That's what's up.
And and it's like I said, there's nowhere else I'd rather be, you know. It's when you have that energy that like it's kind of like a give and take with the crowd.
Mm.
And when that energy is really there, there's no better feeling. It's like it's palpable, it's in the air.
Hey, and what's
You
the mood like after a set?
after a set,
Yeah.
man, I wish I was still on stage. Uh, but the mood afterwards is just like an adrenaline rush
Okay.
of just feeling like that was that was the highlight of my day. That was the highlight of my week, you know. But when you get people coming up to you after the show, like you're meeting new people that you've never met before who are new fans who just discovered you because you just performed
Yeah.
and they're asking where they can find your music. Like this, there's no better feeling, man.
That's
Um,
awesome.
and it's incredible to just meet these people through music and know that there's a connection there
Yeah.
where you're meeting these people because of the fact that you got to perform and they resonated with what you were doing.
Yeah, that's got to be a big form of flattery, you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, absolutely.
you're absolutely respecting, everything that's happening because they're respecting your art.
Yeah.
That's
I
fire.
mean, it's one thing to create music and put it out in the world for people to hear. It's a whole other thing for people to actually seek that out on their own and like listen to it unprompted,
Yeah.
because when you're an artist putting music out there, nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't owe you shit. It's up to you to get people to listen.
Big facts.
And there's so much that goes into that. It's like you can make dope music, but if you're not coming across in a way where maybe you seem disingenuous or
Mm,
you don't know how to, really get your message across, like, yeah, that sounds good, but how are you interacting with people?
right.
There's so many different things that go into it. Like I've gone up to some people after their sets and been like, "Yo, you killed it. It was dope." And it's rare, but some people are just kind of dicks, you know. Some
They're like,
people,
yeah, I know.
most people aren't, but it's I don't know. There's so much that goes into it, but like, just it's incredible to have people actually resonate with it and like have a love for it.
Absolutely.
I couldn't be more appreciative for that and more grateful for that.
That's awesome, man. So I'm peeping the 9 Inch Nails shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the 9 Inch Nails over there, man.
Yeah.
What's
It's from they were performing at Riot Fest here back in September.
that's a concert shirt.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I never were able to see him in concert. But Trent, probably one of the most creative motherfuckers you ever see, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, man. I've seen them a few times. I've been big on their music since I was like 12, since I was young. But they put on one of the best live shows I think I've ever seen.
Oh, nice.
Each time I see them, it's undeniable.
That's what's up, man. I mean, it's nice to have great music, but when you're going to a show, you kind of still want to see a show. So that's dope. They're able to pull that shit off too.
Yeah, and it helps. I mean, they probably have one of the most intense, I would say, light shows out of any artist of their sound when you go to see them live. I mean, when the music is hectic, you know, and those fast, like, just like, you know, like those moments, the lights match it. It's just it makes for a mood for sure.
That's awesome. That's freaking awesome.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. So we got pretty good crowd in here right now. We got 10 minutes left. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this. I don't subscribe to Zoom anymore because they want $15 a month. So every 40 minutes, you got to go back to that same link and click it. It'll put you right back in the Zoom.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah, I apologize for that, but you know, broke boys over here try to do his thing. You know.
Hey, at least there's a loophole, man.
Hey, facts.
We love loopholes.
Facts. You want to get into some music real quick before we end this session, and we'll get into another one?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Let me pull this up real quick. Make sure I remember to share the sound with you. We'll go to YouTube and we'll watch some videos. What would you like us to play first for the people?
Man, you know, if you want you can run that newest music video right there, Hair of the Dog.
Okay.
With Lex Bratcher.
Yeah, you got that Lex feature. That's fire, bro. She's nice.
Yeah, she killed it too. She is ridiculously talented, man.
Facts. Big facts. My dude KT Cracker just got a feature from her, man, and I'm just like, yo, she will just snap on everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's crazy.
Yeah. There's not like, man, there are not a lot of like independent MCs who have that level of like, I don't know, creativity and innovation with what they do.
Facts.
I mean, there's a ridiculous amount of talented independent MCs, but she's up there.
Absolutely. So, Hair of the Dog, I imagine this is like a party song.
It's a hangover song.
Hangover song. Yeah, well, it's post party, I guess.
Post party. You know, a little lighthearted approach at you know, looking at your bank account the next day and kind of dreading that.
Oh, we've been there before. I'll tell you what. Like, I spent $200 last night. What happened?
Yeah. Like how many drinks I get?
Right.
How many people?
Facts. I must have been getting out some big ass tips. Like, here's $5 for a $3 beer. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yo, we got Curtis Foster featuring Lex Braxter. This is Hair of the Dog. Let's go.
With a headache, I can barely remember a single thing I did. I said last night, but I got a couple Excedrin up on the dresser with a packet of that liquid. I be hiding over next to a bottle of water, swallow it all at defeat. Gotta find the result to get a body these sheets. Hit the switch on my Keurig, get to grinding these beans. Cause how do I face the day if I'm not off a caffeine? I don't know about that. I have to hit up my hustle like it's a go-go. Man, could've made a bit of a tussle up in my skull, no cap. Because soon as I'm out of bed, I wanna go back. Don't wanna go to work today. On the couch with shirtless face. Wherever the hair of the dog is gone, put a smirk on my face. I'm barely caring at all, I rarely call off anyway. I'm fairly certain that taking PTO is worth it today, but 9 to 5 got me feeling tired like all the time. Blinded by dollar signs, gotta unwind when I got the time. So I'ma pour a couple shots on the rocks, yeah, I got the ice. Woo. I don't wanna get out of my bed today. Let me shut the blinds and sleep the headache away. I'll be great, just give me some time. I'll be great, just give me some time. I'm terrified to check the balance in my bank. I know I had too much to drink, too many dollars that I sank on. I'll be great, just give me some time. I'll be great, just give me some time. My stomach be bubbling, nauseated and troubling. Got 100 things that I need to do, but I'm stuck in these sweatpants, bumping that sunshine by atmosphere and the action of eating in case I come back up. Bottles looking good, but it's deceiving like a catfish. Wrapped around the john while I'm preaching like a Baptist. I'ma never drink another thing, not a damn sip. Feeling like shit, someone eat me in the trash bin. Trying to take a nap and feel like sipping in a casket. Upside down head, vampire disease, I grabbed it. Need some Mickey D's, Burger King, something fast and grease to the easy creasing to seep it through on my damn lens. Las unos tacos, burrilla o pasos, and nachos con queso o una torta de jamon. I need some better control of my faculties when I drink like a principal speaking over their teachers. I be looking back on my deeds like Ebenezer, but I keep on repeating it every other week. And so please, I'm begging you, Jesus, I need some peace. I hope a little bit of slick food and water can bring relief, cause I don't wanna get out of my bed today. Let me shut the blinds and sleep the headache away. I'll be good, just give me some time. I'll be good, just give me some time. I'm terrified to check the balance in my bank. I know I had too much to drink, too many dollars that I sank on. I'll be good, just give me some time. I'll be good, just give me some time.
Yeah, woke up where I'm at though, blacked out, remember passing through the back door. Head feeling crazy, I'm begging medicine to save me. I said I'm ending, it's like 80 times before my eyes need time before I hop up in the car and try to drive some more. In hindsight, I time right shots to knock all night. A voice in my head like, why you lying your heart? That's why you feeling fucked up in the middle of the day. You chase with an 8 ball, then a J to the face. I say I blame y'all, cause the choices that I made is strictly because the way I be feeling when I blaze up a beat. My brain can't even take a defeat. I'm angrily displaying my pain on these feet, but the fans be needing me to be brave when I speak, cause they can relate, I'm willing to pay for the seats. And I really be feeling it, the devil on my shoulder really feel like the middleman. I can't believe the problems that I'm hearing, I'm in again. But I do not remember, cause when I wake up the hangover got me feeling dismembered.
I don't wanna get out of my bed today. Let me shut the blinds and sleep the headache away.
I'll be good, just give me some time. I'll be good, just give me some time.
I'm terrified to check the balance in my bank. I know I had too much to drink, too many dollars that I sank on.
I'll be good, just give me some time. I'll be good, just give me some time.
Yo, that right there, Curtis Foster featuring Lex Braxter, Hair of the Dog. Hey, man, first and foremost, how cool was it to be able to team up with somebody and have them in the same video shoot?
Oh, it was dope, man. Yeah, we had fun with it. It was I wanted to have her be there and be a part of it. So we shot that video at the end of July, and I did a small show here in Chicago that I set up with another local MC named Novator, who's he's more on like the hardcore underground type shit.
Nice.
Very talented dude. And we set up a show together, and I reached out to her and I'm like, hey, you want to fly out to this video and, you know, do a set at the show? And so she did it. I flew her out to make it happen.
That's fire. That's what I'm talking. Plus she did a set at the show. You got to watch her perform. That's dope.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Lex, man. That's what's up.
Oh yeah.
So we got about 2 minutes. Once this ends, just go ahead and hit that link again and pop back in if you got time, and we'll definitely continue the conversation. I want to shout out to my dude, Rue not coming through, Caitlin coming through. I see y'all. Rock on. Big salute to y'all. Real quick, we got Curtis Foster in the house today. His link is in the description below. Make sure you click on that, sub up, and show all the love you can. Dude's from Chicago, and I don't know what else to tell you. What's one of your favorite hobbies, real quick?
One of my favorite hobbies?
Outside of music.
Motorcycles.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Dirt bikes or street bikes?
Street bikes. Cruisers, specifically, man.
Okay. Like Harleys?
Like, I have like a Honda Shadow.
Okay.
So, not a Harley, but, yeah, no, I've been riding for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years, something like that. And my biggest, grievance with the winter season is having to put that shit in storage.
Bet. Wildflower wants to know, what's your favorite bike?
What's my favorite bike? Man, I don't know if I would say I necessarily have a favorite, but I do want to get my next bike. I want to be a Triumph, either a Scrambler or a Bonneville.
Very cool. I don't know the difference between the two of those, but I know Triumph bikes. They've been around for a long time.
They make dope ass bikes, in my opinion. You know,
that's what's up. My neighbor, he over here always building on Harleys and stuff, and it's so loud. I'm just like, can you stop? Like, I love looking at motorcycles, but hearing them, I don't know. Maybe I'm old man now, and I'm like, get off my lawn, type shit. Like,
I mean, there's some people out there who got loud ass bikes that don't need to be that loud. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I can feel that.
Yeah, and see, I live in a trailer, so it just like there's no buffer. It feels like they're sitting in my living room revving that shit.
You don't have the sound and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have the insulation. I seen you, Kahuna. Big salute, homie. How you doing, brother? I hope all is well with you. I hope everybody out there is having a great end to their weekend and ready to get into the week. And Curtis will be right back. In the meantime, you can go down that link and click on the link and show your support for Curtis. We're going to be getting into more of his music, so you can get it. Man, my shit's all fucked up. Sometimes you just have a bad beard day. It's crazy. And everybody heard of bad hair day, but bad beard day, man, it's not good. It's not good. There he is.
There we go.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. Let's see what they're saying in the chat here. We got, I'd sure love to hear more about his Wu-Tang meets M. Royce, the 5'9" inspired Halloween themed concept album. Ooh. Peter wants to know. Peter Inman said.
What do you say?
I'd sure love to hear more about his Wu-Tang meets M. Royce, the 5'9" inspired Halloween themed concept albums.
Wu-Tang meets. I haven't had any Wu-Tang meets yet. That'd be dope, man. Like, I would shit myself,
Facts.
Royce the 5'9" is I would definitely put him up there as one of my influences. I love his sound. He is a ridiculous lyricist. But I have it sounds like those are two separate things that got thrown in together. But yeah, I do have a couple like Halloween, like horror film inspired concept EPs that I started doing back in like 2020 and dropped another one a few months ago.
That's what I was going through trying to find a song for the reel. It was like a lot of wicked shit in there, you know what I'm saying? Like the murder your face type shit. And I was like, yo, this is kind of fire, dog. I was like,
yeah, I heard the one that you threw in there is that witching hour, like I'll be in the throng of a culpa nama non, like that's from that project.
Okay.
I have a huge love for horror movies. Which I didn't always, I was terrified of like scary movies as a kid. I hated them.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I have fond memories the original Halloween is nostalgic to me.
Yeah.
I would sit and watch that with my dad. So the music from that like brings back memories of childhood. But there's this one time where my older brother played a prank on me, and I think they were watching Hollow Man or something like that. And he tricked me as a little kid thinking that it was going to be like Pokemon on TV or something. And he called me in the room and he's like, look at that. And it was just this terrifying, bloody scene from Hollow Man. And, it put me off of like horror movies for a while when I was a little kid. I was like, I thought I was going to watch Pokemon. I walk in and see this motherfucker like
That's
blowing
crazy.
up a lab and killing lab animals. I'm like, I don't need to see that shit.
Yo,
But-
this is so wrong.
yeah, but no, like later on I got heavy into horror movies and I love them. And I fuck with some horrorcore hip hop too. So it's one of those things where I enjoy kind of dabbling in that sound and direction once in a while to coincide with the Halloween season, you know what I mean? So
Facts.
it's one of those things where I don't want it to be like my all-encompassing sound,
Right.
but I love doing it in doses here and there.
That's what's up. Because I'm a big fan of Insane Clown Posse. So when I heard that shit, I was like, oh, yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah, man. I had a lot of fun with making both of those EPs, but particularly, so they're called Slasher's Delight and Slasher's Delight Volume 2, but there's a track on each of them. You got Slashers and Slashers 2, and what I did with the first Slashers is I sat down and I wanted to do some monstrous shit with basically writing from the perspective of like 3 iconic film slasher,
Okay.
So I whipped up a verse that's supposed to be from like the perspective of like Michael Myers, and another one from like Jason Voorhees, and one of my homies, this guy Alex Lander, wrote one from the perspective of Freddy Krueger, and we laid our verses down and then pitch shifted them down to sound demonic. And so every time the hook comes around, it changes to coincide with the previous verse. So the hook changes for each character and then ends with the same lyrics and melody each time around.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I gotta get into these. And
Dude,
I think it was
what's up?
Nicolette, she put in Slasher's Delight Fire, but this was like 5-10 minutes ago before you were talking about it. So she knows.
She's dope. Yeah. She's someone I know in real life. That's my girl. She's the best.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah. And I love that support. Thank you. But
you can't pay for that support.
No. That's support that just has to be real,
Facts.
But yeah, I did this thing where so there's a skit that joins the Slashers tracks with the track before it.
Okay.
So it's like on the first EP there's a song called Ringmaster, and it kind of had this like eerie carnival vibe to it. So I wrote some lyrics based around that. There's like some shit that I do, like there's like Pennywise the Clown for a couple bars. It's like, hiya, Georgie, like that shit.
Oh shit, let's go.
And then I put that first EP out during like COVID lockdown at the end of 2020, and because of that, I didn't have the opportunity to perform that shit live and really promote it the way that I wanted to. I wasn't able to work with videographers like that. So what I did is a year later, when like the 1-year anniversary of that project came up, I made this big ass music video for both of those songs and the skit all together.
Nice.
It's like 9-minute music video, and
that's what I'm talking about.
And that was probably the most fun I've ever had recording a video. Probably. Because I mean, for that like haunted carnival song, Ringmaster, we ended up renting out this amusement park here like in the suburbs for an hour and a half after they closed one night. And I got a couple of homies who spin fire to come out with me, and we just got these dope ass shots in the shut down amusement park with like the carnival ride with the lights moving behind us and the girl spinning fire, and I'm dressed up as a ringleader for the song Ringmaster,
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's cool because locations are hard to get to begin with, right? But then you get the perfect location and what probably your mind was like, if I could film a video, it would be in an abandoned park with
Oh,
rides
I
going.
can't even tell you, man. I'd reached out to so many carnivals that were happening that weekend, like around the city, like the greater Chicago area. And it was either no response or just a no from almost everyone. And then the last one that I would have expected to say yes, it's like a family friendly amusement park.
Okay.
Target for like parents, bring your little kids here, some shit like that. And they were the last ones I would have expected to say yes, but they were like, come on through. I'm like, okay,
That's
let's do
awesome.
it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So
Uh,
shout out to Santa's Village Amusement Park.
hey,
And
there you go. Santa's Village to put the wicked shit on them. So, were you able to show them the video after you were done with it?
they got a credit in it, and yeah, I shot it over to the guy who works there that I had corresponded with leading up to it. But um yeah, so it wouldn't have been something that they would have been sharing on their social media.
Right, I feel you on that.
It literally the second half of the video is that Slasher's track, and for all those low toned vocals, I'm sitting there like rapping in a butcher's smock with blood splatter on my face.
Nice.
I'm like, I don't think their target demographic is gonna vibe well with that.
Right? They say, well, they got it's Santa's Village, so it's probably open, probably just during the winter months anyway. So now they could have a reason to open up during the
It was
harvest.
we shot it in the fall. They're open like summer and
Oh, okay.
spring and fall, and then closed for the winter. But it's Santa's Village because it's a lot of their shit is designed to have like a Christmas theme to it, even though it's an outdoor amusement park.
Okay.
So it's like, come here. Here's a little bit of Christmas in July.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And Paul, yes, he's actually done shows with Palmer Squares. He was asking,
Yeah.
have you got to meet him? And yeah, he said he fucking
Way,
loves it.
way back. That was when I was doing the shit as a hobby and still going by the name Vex the MC. Yeah. But I had done a couple of shows on the same bill as them where they were headlining in. They were dope. Yeah.
They're dope.
I mean, I
Facts.
love the Palmer Squares.
And Big Kahuna would like to know, how did you link up with Echo for Wavelength, and how was the experience?
Oh yeah. So great question. So there's I had actually gotten in touch with him through Indie Amplify. So anyone who doesn't know what Indie Amplify is basically this website that's for independent artists by independent artists, where you are able to reach out through this mediated service to get in touch with them in regards to like seeing if somebody would be down to hop on this track. You can get features, promotion, music reviews, like YouTube reacts, all that kind of shit. So I was on there looking around one day, and I had the song Wavelength sitting around. Not sitting around, but it was a demo that I was working on. And I had two verses done, and I was like, man, like I really fuck with Echo's sound. And I saw that he was doing features through Indie Amplify. I'm like, I'm gonna submit it, see what happens.
Yeah.
Have my fingers crossed. And then he hit me back and he's like, I fuck with the track. It's dope. Yeah, I'll get a verse to you. And um the experience was it was awesome because I remember when he sent me his verse and I was like, yo, this is fire, man. Like he took that track like to the next level. And um I then had the opportunity to open for him a couple times here in Chicago.
That's dope.
The first time was I sent that song to him as a demo in the summer of like late summer 2021, and I released it in April of 22. So first time I opened for him was like that summer in 21, and then recently him and Chris Webby and Justin Clancy came through and did a show as part of their tour at Reggie's in Chicago back in November, and I opened that show up. And shout out to anybody who was there because that was one of my favorite performances I've ever done, and like
Hey.
the love from the crowd was something else. But yeah, on the experience of getting him on the track, he is a genuine dude. He was great to work with. The only like thing that I wish could have been a little different is our schedules just didn't link up in terms of being able to shoot any shit together.
Yeah.
So I tried to find a way around that by Echo shot his video and he sent it over to me. And I wanted to integrate it in the video in a way where it wasn't just like, hey, here's a change to a completely different setting and person and location. And you can tell that it's just a jarring cut. So from the early shots in the video, I'm like, I rented out a college classroom.
Nice.
And I'm like acting as if I'm like this hipster ass teacher giving a lecture and shit. And when his verse came up, I pulled down a projector screen and so
Oh, that's dope, man.
it's like his video was like superimposed on that as if it was part of that class. You know, you get the shots that are full, like whole screen is his video, and then it zooms out and it's like, oh yeah, it's on the projector in the classroom.
That's fire.
So I just wanted to come up with a way that was a little more creative than just here's this video that was shot in a different location and you can tell.
That's dope.
But yeah, the overall experience of working with Echo, it was awesome, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's straight up super creative. Absolutely, Peter. And Nicolette said, Professor Foster. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Dropping knowledge of ours, bro.
You want to jump into that video?
Yeah. Let's run it.
I haven't been able to hear this one yet, so that's dope, man. We're going to go wavelength right here. Curtis Foster, Echo. Yeah, boy. Y'all ready for this?
Go.
I don't even know if I'm ready for this. I'm a big Echo and Webby fan too, so whenever I get a chance to listen to what they're doing, I definitely check it out. So you fuck with them? That's fire.
Yeah. They're both dope, man, and they're both very like just down to earth people too.
That's dope, man. Let's go. Yo, that right there, Curtis Foster and Echo tearing up wavelength. Yo, man, that was crazy.
Hey,
that was crazy. I enjoyed that right there, man. Look at Nicolette over there sweating bullets. Like, oh damn, you put me through a whole workout with that damn song for real.
Yo, I love that song, man, and it's gotten a lot of like positive reception after I dropped it, and you know, it's opened up my music to a whole new audience through, you know, Echo's fan base discovering it, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. You know,
that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to Dubs coming through, Rob coming through. Big salute, y'all. We're here today with Curtis Foster. You just heard this amazing track, Wavelength. He said, "Hey, for real though, your melodies are fire, bro. You've been killing it.
Thank you,
the last two, man. I was just like, yo, he's really got his melodies out there, man. So that's dope to see, you know, rappers doing that well, you know."
Yeah, well, I appreciate that a lot, man. It's definitely something that I focus on, and I really want to make sure that I get right for each track, which Wavelength went through a couple of different demo forms before it ended up sounding like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I tweak shit out of my music till I get it sounding exactly how I want it.
Hey, that's what's up. Rob said, I'm downloading it right now. I needed that.
Fuck yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's love, man. So, let's just say you have all the money that you ever needed in life. You never had to ask for another dollar. You never needed anything. Mm-hmm. Where are your top 3 houses going to be?
Top 3 houses going to be?
Yeah. And it could be anywhere in the world.
One's going to need to be here in Chicago. I love my city. I love it. Wouldn't want to leave it. But one's going to be in Chicago. And I'm probably going to have to grab one in New York City. Because me and my girlfriend visited there like a few months back. And she was like, I don't want to leave. Just here, you know. And no, I loved it there too, man. It's got a feel to it that I don't even know if I can put it into words, but I loved it. And the last one's gonna be tough because there's places that I want to say that I haven't even been to, you know, just kind of like the places that I want to visit. But man, somewhere warm and warm, breezy, and beautiful where I can ride a motorcycle year fucking round.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you basically picked Chicago and New York, and you got like 5 feet
You
of
still got
snow.
brutal winters there, yeah.
Right.
And I'm not about to pick somewhere else in the U.S. for the last one because if I can have like the whole world, man, I don't know. But I want to visit Japan like badly. So
Yeah, Australia is my first destination. Japan is my second destination. I gotta learn Japanese though. I know
yeah,
I know a little bit like mushi mushi, type shit, but
yeah,
I need to get at
like
least like halfway fluent.
yeah. I need a good at least like 2 or 3 months on Duolingo before I can go there.
Facts, big facts. Cause I ain't gonna be there and be like not be able to find a bathroom. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right?
crazy.
Yeah, I know somebody who went and she used this app on her phone that just it actively translates in real time.
Oh shit,
So you speak into it and it translates it out to whoever's listening. They respond and it translates it back.
that's
She's like,
crazy.
I got around. I'm like, that's wild. But I also don't want to rely on that.
Right. But it is like
It's
if you're in a
really helpful,
pinch,
though.
yeah, if you're in a
Yeah,
pinch, you definitely want to check that out. Yo, Blue,
yeah.
what is good? Big salute. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Today we got Curtis Foster in the seat, in that VIP seat, and his links are in the description below. Make sure you hit that link tree. Go sub up, follow, all that good stuff. We are vibing today, this blessed Sunday. So, Curtis, man, at the end of this year,
Yeah.
2023, where do you see you and your career?
That's a great question, man. I have some goals set for myself. And so a couple of them I have my marks for them set in like the Spotify Wrapped. You know what I mean? Spotify Artist Wrapped end of like that you get at the end of each year that shows you your total listeners, your stream count, saves, all that. Um, but I want to hit my first million streams this year.
Hey,
100%. That's a goal. For sure. And I mean, it's not even just go. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen. I mean,
speak it into existence, my
yeah,
guy. Go hit that Spotify
yeah,
link.
hell yeah. But first million streams. I want to get out of Illinois and do some more shows out of state. I've done a few, not too many. I went out, flew out, and did some shows out in Boston and New Hampshire and suburb of Boston last summer, which was dope as fuck. Shout out J Plus and Lone and Red X Lion. They're the ones who set that up, and
Nice.
they're genuine dudes, man. Had a great time out there with them. But yeah, I mean, I end of the year, million streams, at least 2K subs on YouTube, and we're gonna go with at least 2K followers on Spotify too.
Well, let me add to that right now.
Oh, appreciate you.
I'm just gonna do that right now. Let me figure out. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
But I definitely have I'm not gonna name names at the moment, but there's some other artists that established artists that I'm looking at working with this year too. So, couple wavelength level collabs in terms of the indie rap scene. So
See,
I'm gonna make that.
that's what I'm talking about. You get that footprint out there. Before you know it, you're gonna be doing joiner features and the baby features and all kinds of shit. I'm not sure what you're into, but the
I mean,
sky's the
I'm into
limit.
a lot of shit, but yeah, man. Like it'd be a dream to just get to the point of doing like getting a feature from like fucking Royce to 5'9", you know what I mean?
Dude,
Or
that'd be so dope, right?
or like I would love to get on a track with like Slug from Atmosphere, There's just so many, man. I could never name them off.
Wall said you
But
need to go up to Canada.
what's up?
Wall said you need to go up to Canada.
Oh hell yeah, man. I want to go to Canada. I would love to come out there and do some shit.
So what's it like going on tour, like leaving your city behind and starting to, travel? Are you doing it by plane, by car, bus?
Yeah. So, I've done a small little bit of both. I mean, when I went out to New England, flew out there, and I'll say, man, I used to have a fear of flying. I did not like that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wasn't cool with it, and it wasn't so much like I didn't care about being up in the sky. I just don't like being in something that I just can't be like, I want to get out right now, you know?
Right. Right.
Um, and after probably traveling more like than I ever have before, like the past couple years via plane, I'm off that shit. I'm cool with it now. But the experience of like traveling, it's different between, obviously planes cut time down a lot,
Yeah.
and my experience with going out to New England and doing shows out there, it was awesome. But I also feel a little like I feel it's a little jarring not having like my own method of transportation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And being able to just hop in the car and be like, I'm going here right now, I'm going there right now. But um having the opportunity to perform in front of like anybody anybody period is a blessing, but particularly to be able to go outside of my city and perform in people in not only other cities but other states.
Yeah.
I haven't had much of an opportunity to do it, but every time I have done it, I couldn't be more grateful for it,
That's awesome.
yeah. I've done a few shows kind of like traveling with car outside around the Midwest. I've done some shows up in Minneapolis, Madison, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, uh, Indiana, Michigan, and once did a show in St. Louis
Hmm.
a while back. But um, I don't know. There's a charm to that like van tour life. You know what I mean?
Right. Because you get to see this countryside. You get to see, the little dives that you go eat in the
Yeah.
middle of the night type shit. The old
And
fucked
it,
up
it's
motel, you know.
and it can get tedious, man, like driving around and just being like, we're gonna drive like 4 to 6 hours from one stop to the next, and there could be 5 people there could be 50 people there, but it's worth it regardless. It's fun,
Absolutely. I seen
and it's a nice break from the monotony of day to day, like just working a 9 to 5. It's a nice break off of that, I'll
and
tell
I
you.
imagine your amp level is just as good for, a small bar that's got 5 people in it than it is with a stage with 2,000 people in the audience. Like your hype level still got to be max.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no matter how many people are there to see a show.
Right.
So you got to give them a good show.
That's what's up. Because they're going to go tell their friends. The next time you're in town, boom, there's 2 people. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah,
4 people. There's 10 people. That's what I'm talking
yeah.
about.
I mean, if you're at a show and there's not many people there, if you put on a good show, people aren't going to walk away going like, that was really good, but there's no one there. Like, no, they're going to walk away going like, that was really good.
Yeah.
There should
And
have been more people.
I find the best shows are the smaller, more intimate shows. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel that. I love going to shows like here in Chicago. We've like our smaller to medium size like venues for touring acts, like Sub T that I mentioned earlier. There's this spot where I had my first headlining show called Bottom Lounge, which that's probably my favorite venue to go to for a show, to watch a show. I mean, it only holds like 700, 750 some people, I think, but the sound there is pristine, and man, you get like a nice packed crowd in there, like the energy is just like it's like chef's kiss. It's
hey,
it's fucking right there. And
that's what I'm talking about. That's the
I'll
vibe
take
you want.
yeah, I'll take like a small show like that over like going to a big ass stadium show any day of the week. But I ended up actually being one of the lucky people who got to see in late 2021 Metallica
Oh,
uh,
nice.
decided to do a few pop-up shows in small intimate venues.
That's crazy.
A few different cities across the U.S. And one of them was a venue here in Chicago called the Metro that holds like I think 1,000 people, somewhere around there. But I was lucky enough to be able to attend that show and be damn near the front and center, and it was just wild, man. Like
that's fire.
I'm like, this is a band that I've seen before. I paid for tickets to watch from the nosebleeds of Soldier Field where the Chicago Bears play. You know? So to be in a venue that small and like see a show like that, it was like magical.
That's cool, man. Because I've been listening to Metallica since I was a kid. I'm right here near the Bay Area. They do their thing out there, and they've always been an amazing band. I've never been able to see them outside of a show that was like 10,000, 20,000 people. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that looking it up too, because they do that whole live Metallica thing where you can buy audio from shows you go to.
What?
There's so I'm looking it up to see, like, they opened up with Whiplash and Ride the Lightning, and it's just seeing that shit in a venue that, by all means, it's regularly used for local acts. It's just it's something else.
It's mind blowing because you would never expect that level of. I mean, they are at the top of rock music, and they have been for a long time, and to see that level of performer come into such a small show, it would be mind blowing.
Yeah, exactly.
My dude Kahuna, he wants to know if there's any plans with Connor Price or Crypt in the future. I know you said that you're not going to name any names, but
I mean, listen, man. If with you say Connor Price or with Crypt, those are two artists I would love to work with. Yeah, absolutely. There are no plans at this moment in terms of actually getting them on something, but those are for sure two artists that I would very much like to do something with in the future.
Yeah, two extremely talented folks right there.
Yeah.
So I love Metallica, but it's always the same pyrotechnic show. Well, if you get something, you stick with it. That works, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I don't think at this show the venue is so small. They didn't even have pyrotechnics.
They were just jamming.
Yeah, there was no backdrop and nothing like that. It was just them on a stage with no backdrop and lights, and that's it.
That's fire.
That's it. Yeah,
I've seen George Strait.
I can't blame them for sticking with the same pyrotechnics that they do, considering James Hetfield got burned back in the 90s.
That's right.
By standing too close to the flame. Motherfucker wasn't able to play guitar for like a whole tour.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That would suck though, because that shit coming out.
That would really suck.
Yeah, because you took my guitar arm away, man. That's crazy. That dude got fired.
Oh, easy.
Yo, that's crazy. So we got to play one song at least off your Spotify. We got about 5 minutes right here on this Zoom call. Which one would you like to hear? We'd like the people
Let's
to hear.
one with the newest one, Any Younger.
Any Younger. Let's go. Curtis Foster. Make sure you hit that link below. Find that Spotify, all them links, his website, everything. You got merch too, right?
I do. I got shirts and hats up at the moment with some more shit in the works right now.
Let's go. Any Younger. Curtis Foster. Let's go.
I'm in my head today, trying to think me up some better ways to get my cheddar up like recipes and find some peace and calm like meditate. I need to pick me up like levitate. I'm in a hairy spot like Tresemme. I'm stressing, got way too much debt to pay. The stress is pressing on my chest today. It's practically taking my breath away. Someone stop me before I get too crazy. I could use a couple M's in my bank account, but my paper route is less than shady. Thoughts in my head always press replay. Tomorrow feel like a yesterday. I'm angry, I'm sad, so I made me a plan. Now it's time to renovate. Let me begin, please She's part of the state of mind that I'm in, but my patience is paper thin. As I wait against all the hate I get, my relationship with time has never been great, I admit. I'm afraid of what the world's gonna give me. Always fired up like a chimney. Material life won't fix me, still I'm buying everything in sight like Disney. How do you cope with the tough times? Do you really mean it when you're telling me you're just fine? Lady Luck sending out meals like a lunch line, still I'm over here saving up dimes. First to get up to the front lines, only to see me, I'm fighting on the other side. All I really want is some time to unwind and more race to my pay weights and sunshine. I was contemplating, debating about the state of the way that I live, not waiting for something to give. I'm picking it up to a higher place, like a pirate, stay in the entire space to find a mount fate. I'm determined to be so different, rocking at my own pace. This is not a race, I don't got no wake enough to weigh me down like it's out of space. My vision is shifting into a different lens, your prescription in. I'ma do what I want and I'll make it lucrative. I'm not getting any younger, I don't wanna look back and wonder. I'm not getting any younger, I don't wanna let myself get stuck in comfort. I'm not getting younger, I'm not getting younger. I'm not getting younger, I'm not getting younger. No, I can sit and bitch about the situation that I'm in today, or change it, rearrange it around my location. Brand new life, who this got a facelift, right until the page out of spaces. Till I'm taking off like I'm in a spaceship. Where's home? I've been striding the bases, waiting to pop and get fly in the majors. Yeah, I got that drip like a faucet. It's flooding my head with endorphins. It sort of feels strange like a thing out of Hawkins. I've been at the bottom like Mariana's Trench. I could barely keep on walking. And it isn't dope to be on the ropes and not doing a thing to resolve any problems. So I say it now and I say it loud and I say it proudly. Fuck anybody who doubt me, I don't need negativity around me. I won't ever rest until I get to test my limits and shout from the mountain. I'm in control of my dream like it's lucid, I'ma manifest my outcome. I will settle for nothing, pedal up and no interruption. While to get up, I'm ready to start close to spin eruption. Never give it a fuck what anyone says. I'm on a mission coming up, I'm in the cut like I'm finna bust on a trip to London. Landing guns on my plate is full like a Dana function. Plus an alien, I crop my circle like I've been abducted. Used to be a pro, procrastinating, not finished off, and now I'm working harder than ever so I can get what I need. I'm not getting any younger, I don't wanna look back and wonder. I'm not getting any younger, I don't wanna let myself get stuck in comfort. I'm not getting any younger, I don't wanna look back and wonder. I'm not getting any younger, I don't wanna let myself get stuck in comfort. I'm not getting younger, I'm not getting younger. I'm not getting younger, I'm not getting younger. My time is limited, yeah, it's limited. That clock keeps ticking and ticking, don't ever miss a sec. Our time is limited, yeah, it's limited. That clock keeps ticking and ticking, don't ever miss a sec.
Hey, man, there's something about that waviness you bring into music, bro. That shit just wavy as fuck, bro.
Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate the fuck out of that, man.
Hell yeah, man. I tell you, like, your content is, your subject matter on your songs are storytelling, and I appreciate that, as well as, from consumer standpoint. We got less than 1 minute on here. You want to let the people know one thing about you that people may not know about you?
Yeah, for all this rapping shit that I do, back when I was in high school, I used to scream in a metal band,
Hey.
So on occasional, there's like a couple tracks that I have, but on those Slashers EPs, but when you hear some screaming on that shit, that's me.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Appreciate that answer, man. See, you get a little bit behind the scenes over here on that. And see, I'm glad. Hey, that was perfect, almost, right? There we go. How we doing out there tonight? Everybody doing well? I see you, my dude Dubs. How you doing, brother? Always a pleasure, my guy. I hope you had a great weekend, man. Kahuna's up in this bitch. That's right. Y'all just chilling. I hope everybody had a great, come down to the weekend, getting ready to get on track with this whole week thing. We're going to cap this thing off right, man. We got my dude Curtis Foster in the house tonight. If you don't know, hit that link in the description below. Make sure you sub up, follow, all that good stuff.
Hey, much appreciation to everybody who was watching tonight. Appreciate every single one of you for being here.
Big
And
facts.
Zach Juggalo, I appreciate this greatly, man. Thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure, really. And shout out to Andrea. I forgot to shout her out.
Yes, Andrea, appreciate you so much for making this happen and all the support that you offer, not only me, but like all the independent artists out there, because that's real. That's
Big
real.
facts.
And it's not a lot of people that show that level of support for just so many independent artists doing their thing, and it's appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
She works her job, but then she loves the music so much that she literally works, between her and Kahuna, they probably book 80% of my interviews.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's work. You got to email, you got to keep in contact, start throwing out dates and times and all this stuff. So we do appreciate
Takes
you,
time,
Andrea.
man.
Thank you so much for what you do.
Yes. That's a labor of love right there.
Absolutely. So I'm not sure how much time you have. If we need to wrap this up, we can. I know it's probably getting late over there.
It's like 8:15, but I don't work tomorrow, man.
Hey,
I'm
okay.
right now,
Okay, because I usually do these about 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Try not to get them too long, but we got about another half hour if you're cool with that.
Absolutely, man.
Nice. Everything good. Just about the blaze of bleezy. That's what I'm talking about. Let me.
Yeah. Light that shit up.
Yeah, I just packed another Beely over here, man. Let's go. I can't be smoking joints and blunts by myself because I get way too fucked up, for one. But I can't, take a hit and put it down and just chill for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit's
you
still
got,
burning.
A nice little amount there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right there.
Right there. That was for you right there, Dubs. And big facts, coach. Shout out to Andrea, man.
Hell yeah.
So, to you, what do you prefer? What do you like doing more? Do you like doing your melodies because you're really getting into them now, or are you feeling that you because every track I've heard has had a different cadence on it. So
yeah,
you obviously are a big student of this hip hop shit, and you understand that I can't just go out there and monotone every track. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you find more difficult or fun? Maybe both.
Man, I think probably for me the most difficult part is settling on a hook. Honestly, that sounds good and fits the track and blends in with the subject matter well. It can be challenging sometimes just for me to land on something that I feel is strong enough. You know what I mean? Because I can cycle through a couple different hooks. That last song, Any Younger, that had a different hook in its demo version.
Okay.
What I did is, there's that outro part that's like, the clock is seemingly limited, yeah, it's limited. That clock keeps ticking and ticking, don't ever miss a sec. Like, that was the melody of the original hook.
Okay.
So what I did when I ended up changing the hook, I still liked that melody, but I didn't think that it worked for the hook. But I liked it and I wanted to keep it, so I took it and I put it on the bridge or the outro at the end of the track. And it's real subtle in there, but like when it gets to the end of the hook, they're like, I'm not getting younger. Like that part, there's this subtle little guitar riff that comes in underneath in the background. And that guitar riff, it's two harmonies going at the same time. That's like the melody of the old hook. You know?
That's dope.
So I like playing with melodies a lot. That's definitely to me one of the most enjoyable aspects of making music. But also just playing around with the melodies versus the rhythm and flow and the lyricism just all together. It's why I fell in love with rap music to begin with and hip hop. to me. I mean, there's no genre of music where you can freely express yourself and bend language as much as you can with rap music.
That's facts.
And that's what, you know, what I gravitated towards about it when I was younger. I can't even front, first rapper I ended up listening to the shit out of was Eminem, when I was 11 years old. And um from there I listened to Eminem, who led me to Dr. Dre, who led me to NWA, and then there's D12 and 50 Cent. Then I started going to Jay-Z and Nas, and then A Tribe Called Quest and Wu-Tang Clan, and just, I mean, and that's all like 90s shit, 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
That's, when I was a kid and I started listening, like the mid 2000s. And so, it's that's the that's what I fell in love with hip hop. So
Yeah.
it's the most rewarding thing to be able to sit there and actually work through all that, finish a track up and sit back and listen to its like final form,
Yeah.
basically. Like, this is the final form, and I couldn't be happier with how it sounds.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
That any your track went through so many like changes between the two demo versions of it. There was no fast rapping before the hook. Before it was just humming, like
Okay.
Kid Cudi-esque humming with some lyrics, which I ended up turning into just subtle humming as background vocals and those raps in there.
See, that's what I'm talking about. There, making music is like painting a picture. It's like constructing a building. You know what I'm saying? Like there's levels to it. So when you really listen to like an instrumental or even backing vocals like that, to me it completely, like if you just run your vocals and with no reverb and no backing vocals or anything like that, it kind of gets stagnant. But when you start putting all those elements and start building that masterpiece, that is the coolest thing, because you put a lot of work into every little thing. You know what I'm saying? Like every little ding, every little, like you said, the riffs for the guitars and shit.
Yeah. So I mean, the vocals are just another instrument on the track. So, when you're coming up with backing vocals or ad libs, dubs, or harmonies, anything like that, you're building more on this idea that you have in your head of how you want it to sound. And it's so damn fun to mess around with, but I also like to feel out, to me, what I feel the mood of the track is. I have some tracks where there's no dubs or ad libs or anything like that, because it doesn't feel, the subject matter or the way that I'm rapping doesn't call for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, Any Younger, I had a lot of fun with it, and that hook, it's got, in terms of the production on it, a little bit more of a modern flavor in terms of how it's mixed.
Okay.
It's a little like very polished, but intentionally done. So it kind of has like a little tweak of like auto tune for flavor, but not to where it sounds like
Not your voice.
There's like yeah, you know what I mean? There's like a drop of that robotic flavor to it, but in a way that doesn't make it sound necessarily artificial.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. When if you're using autotune correctly, you know what I'm saying, not every word, verses and hooks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me, I'm an old person, you know what I'm saying? I don't really fuck with that. I think T-Pain's the only person who could actually do that for an entire song.
Oh yeah. No, and and that's the other thing, is like T-Pain can also, he has a voice, he has a phenomenal voice.
That dude can sang facts.
Label. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree.
Yeah.
So, my dude Kahuna wanted to ask. Hold on, I just got rid of it. Hold on.
Yeah.
He said, "Can you ask Curtis if there's any chance for an open verse contest for the smaller indie artist?" It's a great question.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to do an open verse contest for one of my tracks. I think that's something I want to do and will do when I think my audience has grown to like a little bit more of an appropriate size to where whoever wins that open verse, could get a shit ton of exposure.
Yeah, it'd be a
The thing
benefit to
is,
them.
a lot of these open verses are done on TikTok, where if you don't have, a huge following on there, the algorithms kind of, it can be a little fucky, for lack of a better word. Made my TikTok for my music, and one day I posted a random video of my cat doing some dumb shit, and my cat went viral
That's
because he got
fire.
a litter box and he was smacking himself in the face with the litter box, and that motherfucker got 11 million views.
Wow.
I went from like 30 something followers to like 18,000. But
Wow.
the thing with TikTok is when the default like browsing page on there is your For You page,
Hmm.
and then you have to swipe over to see your following page.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where if you can have a shitload of followers, or not a shitload, but like what I have, like 18,000. But if it's not until you start gaining like a huge following on there to where everything you put up is gonna like leak onto that For You page.
Okay.
I've put out videos because I went viral for having a dumb cat. So I got 18,000 people that followed me for a cat. You know what I mean?
Right. Not for the music.
So, yeah. So, I've made sure to make sure pretty much all of my content on there is music related. After that happened, I tried to tie it in by taking a sample of the sound of him smacking himself in the face with the door, turned it into a little bit of a background for this beat that I just cooked up,
Fire.
just for this TikTok, and rapped about his dumb ass getting stuck in there, and a bunch of people like that too,
That's dope.
Yeah.
That could be the music video too. That's cool, man. There's so many possibilities with just something as simple as a cat fucking
Yeah.
around.
But that's to circle back to that question. Yeah, I absolutely want to do an open verse contest at some point. Um, I think it just has to be at a point in time where it would truly be beneficial to, the party of whoever would get on it. Because I could put an open verse up there right now, but based on TikTok's algorithm, maybe not that many people will see it. You know what I mean? So I want it to be something where people partaking in it have something to truly benefit off of in terms of TikTok sound, instead of just like, you could get on my song, which will be on Spotify and people will hear it.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure it's like beneficial all around.
That's what's up, man. And see, that's cool because you seem like a very humble dude, a cool dude that likes to help other people, and that's really cool because once artists kind of get to a certain level, it's not because they may not want to do something for other artists. It's that you're so fucking busy, you know what I'm saying, doing everything else that you don't have time to do shit like that. So
Right.
shout out to people like Jordan Lucas who's made it, you know what I'm saying, and still invite people to his house to record songs off, verse contests and shit like that. And
Yeah,
it
exactly.
seems like you'd be that person to do it one day when you get to that
Love to.
level.
I get to that point. I like to just do what I would like to see done. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just the all-encompassing, like, treat other people how you want to be treated, like,
Big
try to
facts.
take that shit into, like, whatever I do. And I think, there's some artists who do some really incredible shit with open verses like that, or just utilizing social media in creative ways.
Yeah.
Connor Price was mentioned earlier. He was doing that Spin the Globe series, and he put on all these artists from different countries around the world who, now have like a significantly larger reach thanks to collaboration with him. Or Russ had that open verse contest that rapper Caitlyn won. And
Yes.
then it went over so well, he brought her on tour, and her music career seems to have just kind of like flourished from that opportunity on social media.
And see,
so,
that's organically done too, because
yeah,
really the only people who are going to mess with it are the people who are going to mess with it. It
yeah,
isn't forced on anybody. Like a radio, station would force music onto you. It almost feels like you're being taken advantage of at times. I don't like the radio. I'm anti-radio right now in my life.
The radio doesn't come on in my car.
Right.
I mean,
Maybe some talk radio. That's about it.
Yeah, the closest thing I get to there is like, I got Spotify, I got my music and podcasts. That's all I need.
Facts. Big facts. A big shout out to my dude, Rue Knock. He said he had to go take us. You don't have anything to apologize for, my guy. We love you, man, for real. And Kahuna said, I don't know how you feel about this. So maybe at the end, I did a freestyle, and Kahuna wants you to critique it.
Yeah, you do a freestyle and I critique it?
Well, I did one. I'll just play it, and then you critique it. Yeah, you just let us know what you think about it. Now, I have to be honest. It's sexually explicit. I had to put a warning on it. So
I don't know, man. Like, I'm still afraid of cooties and shit.
Right.
So,
I just had to put that out there. Too Short, one of my favorites. So you know how Too Short.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Too Short, man.
Too Short, Two Live Crew, man, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick stole Sack's bars. Facts. Kendrick did steal my bars. I ain't cap.
Oh shit.
I only have one bar, and he stole it.
Man,
my dude up at Anchorage, man, Alaska, Traumatos. He didn't even send me a text. He fucking IG video called me. I'm like, yo, what's going on? He's like, yo, dude, Kendrick stole your fucking bars. So I was like, what? I was like, nah. And he played the video. I'm like, this motherfucker stole my bars. That's crazy. Thank you. I just wanted
like a little writing credit in there.
Right. Just put a little credit in there. Sack Juggalo bars.
I need my royalties.
Yeah, I'll take 5 cents a play. I don't give a shit. I'll take 0.3 cents a play. I don't give a shit.
This dude's one of my favorites, though, Kendrick.
Hey, Kendrick's so fire. Hey, could you imagine if he really did run across my shit and he stole those bars? Now, I ain't never heard nobody else do this shit that I did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But all of a sudden, he did it like a year later, and I was like, "Oh man, what if he's just going through YouTube and he's seen this shit and he's like, yo, that's just crazy enough. It might work, you know?" Like, and he did it. Off that new album he did. But
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yeah, man. That shit was crazy too, man. I tell you, Kendrick is a great artist, man.
He's that. Like, he's an artist. You know what I mean? He really fleshes out the concepts of his project.
Yes.
Or his projects, like, to a degree that's not seen that often, I feel like.
No, I agree. The only other person that comes close that may be on the radio is J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude's an amazing artist as well. But,
I'm still salty because I remember, like, late 2013 or 2014, out of nowhere, Cole and Kendrick dropped freestyles over each other's songs, and put them up on like SoundCloud and shit. And it sparked this whole theory that they were about to drop a collab album. That shit would have
broke the internet.
It would have been it, you know?
Right. Yeah. Because I remember Futuristic and son of a bitch, what's his name, man, got together and did a collab album. Son of a bitch, dude. He's so good. Why can't I remember that? Damn. It was called Coast to Coast. And I'm going to look it up because that shit was crazy.
Right now because I'm curious. That shit's lagging.
I can't spell. Let me see if this comes up. Devon Terrell. That dude is so fire. So yeah, it was Futuristic.
I'm gonna have to check him out because I don't think I've actually heard any of his stuff before.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. Futuristic, of course, we all know he can rap like crazy. You know,
Yeah.
that dude's insane. But Devon Terrell, he's a R&B artist. Like he sings so fucking good. But on that album, Futurist was like, you're gonna rap everything, and he fucking destroyed his verses. You know what I'm saying? To see somebody step out of their comfort zone like that and do such a great thing, it was fucking crazy.
I love hearing shit like that. Like hearing artists and do something a little different than they usually do, you know?
Absolutely, and I think that's a good thing because you never know what you're gonna hit, what you're gonna get when you hit play on that track. You're like, I don't know. They gonna sing, they gonna rap, do some both.
Yeah. No, I remember listening to it's an album Tech Nine put out, like where he had a feature with he had a song that he did with Lil Wayne and T-Pain.
I think I missed that.
T-Pain's like singing with the auto tune shit, but he gets to the chorus and he starts doing this. He's got the auto tune on his face, but he's doing this faster, like like faster shit like that.
Yeah.
And it sounded so fucking dope, man. I think the song is called "Fuck Food."
Fuck food. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that up because I know I haven't heard that. And
Yeah.
see, Tech put out so much music over the last 25 years, dude. It's almost impossible to keep up with it.
That's a lot. He's got a lot of music, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
He probably has over 10,000 songs just himself. Not even counting all the features he's done and all that shit. That's crazy.
The amount of music he puts out, I would not be surprised. Like
Yeah.
if he had that many songs like stored back in the vault and shit. Like
Facts.
dude constantly putting out music.
Yeah, and imagine how much he's sitting on that he never released. That's even more crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
I started.
He's got the resources to just do it around the clock too, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the dude's a brilliant businessman. You know what I'm saying? He really built an empire off himself and never
much.
looked back.
Yeah. And just put it down for independent artists, man. I think it's one of the shining examples, like just how far independent can go. You know?
Absolutely. Worldwide, people love you in every country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard to find shit like that because something that might be popular, you know, in Germany might not be popular out here. And I've heard even like American artists be popping off in Germany before they start popping off in America. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've had people tell me time and time again, like Germany loves like American underground hip hop, and seems to be fucking true. I mean,
It's facts.
I'm pretty sure like outside of the U.S., they're one of the top like countries that I have listeners in.
That's what I'm talking about. See, you gotta love the whole world, man, because the world can love you back. That's just what's up.
Exactly, man. There's a lot more to the world than like your neighborhood, you know.
Big facts.
I know a lot of people like that I grew up with and people that I met along the way who just like even here in the city just they're like, nah, I love my neighborhood. Why would I ever, you know, I don't even want to move out of it. Who don't really want to go out of the neighborhood. I'm like, you don't want to see other places? Man.
Well, you know, the question I asked you earlier about the three houses, right?
Yeah.
I asked this to everyone. And
Yeah.
the reason being is I want to see where your heart lies. You know what I'm saying? And I'd say 99.9% of everybody I ask that question is their first home is where they are.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Exactly.
You know,
I mean, that's like I love my city, you know. I love
Exactly.
Chicago more than anywhere in the world, you know. And it's trippy because I've lived in so many different places in this city in particular. Like Chicago's huge.
Yeah.
You know, we have a population between like 2.5 to 3 million. Surface area wise, it's fucking big too. You know, it's
not all stacked on top of each other like New York.
no. But you can move from one neighborhood to the next and it'll feel like you're in a different town.
Mm.
You know, just the feel of it, like it's pretty wild.
And it's a very old city too.
Yeah. Like I love like neighborhood I'm in right now. I fucking love it because there's so much in walking distance, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like I could walk out of my apartment tomorrow morning and go to a bodega like a block away. And
Hey.
you know, and they got all this nice shit that the bigger grocery stores doesn't have, you know.
Right.
But now every neighborhood just kind of has its different feel and a unique charm to it that, you know, makes it feel like you're living in a different area, even if you're in the same city.
That's what's up.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I grew up on like the northwest side of Chicago, and like there's a lot of people like even in Chicago who just like get comfortable like in the neighborhood they grew up in and don't even bother to see like the rest of Chicago.
Right.
And it was like a stereotype that like a lot of people from like way up on the north side like don't ever set foot like on the south side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you're missing out on so much. Like every like this whole city like
Because the eateries, everything that they changed because back in the day, you know, the Irish people would congregate in one part of the city, the Italians would be in another part of the city. So you got eateries that are different all over the place. I imagine it'd be an amazing tour.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like food here is off the charts.
So you're saying that you don't fuck with any other pizza but Chicago style pizza?
There's a misunderstanding about that because okay, people talk about Chicago style pizza. I feel like they think of that deep dish shit. That is not our go-to pizza. That's like
Okay.
a once in a blue moon treat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The signature Chicago style is tavern style. So it's like thin crust cut into squares.
Okay.
And that's yeah, I fuck with that pizza more than anything.
Hey,
but
on those brick ovens and shit.
but that being said, man, when I was in New York a few months back, a couple months ago, I had this place. I think it was called Vezzo or Vezza. It was like Vezzzo or A. I think Vezzo. But it was like paper thin pizza, New York style, and it was delicious. Like
Yeah.
I've dreamt about it since then.
I do prefer a thinner crust than the big old, you know, pie, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
with the cheese and the crust and all that shit. That it's a little much for me. But a nice thin crust pizza, I like to fuck with that.
No, yeah,
Floor out there.
and but like that Chicago deep dish style, yeah, that's like Chicagoans don't eat that for their regular pizza. That's not it.
See,
But that's what everyone thinks of.
you dropping gems over here. See, I didn't know that. My immediately go to is the big fat 3-inch pizza. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
That shit's like a I just had that like a couple days ago, but the last time I had it before that was months back.
yeah.
So that's yeah, misconception.
Because I tell you what, you eat that shit once a week, your ass is going to be dragging your ass around the apartment like, I don't feel like doing nothing. I need a salad. The offset of the pizza.
I need some more greenery in my life. Like,
That's hella funny, dude. I do thank you for your insight on music and the culture of Chicago. One more question about Chicago, my dude Kahuna has: is there a Capone museum or some type of mobster museum there?
That's a great question. I know, like going to like I'm curious about that too now. I have never been to or seen like a Capone or mobster museum, but I'm sure there's got to be something. I do know I did go to like a history museum that had like brief pieces that touched on like essentially like Chicago mob history, but
Okay.
it was smaller panels.
Okay.
But actually, I'm curious about that now.
That would be a cool ass destination. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, because we do have a lot of cool shit here in
Yo.
Chicago that just to me is just makes the city what it is.
Facts. Because, you know, I'm ever since I got out of high school, for some reason I crave learning. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that would be, I mean, even though we know like small pieces of history, you know, that happened, but unless you're from there or you go there to like for a museum and somebody's curating all this information, you really don't know the whole ins and outs of everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's true, man. Absolutely. Oh, I see. Is this the freestyle you're talking about?
This is the freestyle. We're coming up to 2 hours. I don't want to keep you much longer than that, but yeah,
Absolutely.
we're gonna jump into this. This is my first time I ever recorded any vocals. See, I make beats, so
Yeah.
me and my friend and I were over here, and we were stoned as shit, bro. So I had made this beat, and I was like, let me just start rapping on it. I didn't even tell him I was gonna start rapping on it, and you could hear him laughing in the background because it's just stupid and funny, you know. So it's really, really grotesque and sexual. Don't beat me up too much, but here it goes.
All right. Let's
Sack
hear it.
Juggalo on the mic for the first time ever. Watch and learn how it's done. Freestyle off the dome. What? I got 2 hoes chilling in the back with my motherfucking dick in their ass. Don't you wanna whip motherfucking dick in your pussy hole? Gonna bang you out real good because my dick goes slow. Fucking you. Don't you want this dick? It's going deep inside. Motherfucking open up your pussy, let me hide. My dick and balls, yeah, you know they going deep. I'm gonna fuck you hard, you're gonna fuck me cheap. Yo,
I love how the first few bars there, you just pause to let that pew 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 like really shine through.
hey, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's professional music critiques right here. All
And when you hit the double time, like fucking you, yeah.
That was the part that Kendrick stole.
Hell yeah.
You listen to what song he says, "Fucking them." I say "fucking ya." So he did change it, but he does the same exact thing right there.
There you go.
I was like, dude, that does sound like he took my shit. So I'm glad you got a laugh out of it. That's what it's for, man.
That's awesome. And yeah, you were right. Very sexually explicit.
Yeah, it got downright dirty.
That would get a parental advisory label for sure.
Facts.
Hell yeah. But you know, poetic.
Hey, that's what I was going for. Is poetry.
It's you know, pornographic poetic.
Right. I mean, it's a small niche market, but you know, somebody's got to tap into it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Facts. Yo, Curtis Foster, my guy. Big salute to you, man. Again, thank you for your time and hanging out with us tonight, showing off your music and your skills, man. Is there anybody you want to shout out before you take off? Before we all take off?
I need to shout out my homie Kyle. He produces under the name Mr. Mischief Beats. He's the one who made the beat for Wavelength. He made the beat for Any Younger and a slew of other songs that I've been on. And another producer that I work with a lot, Low Key Beats. He produced a beat for Hair of the Dog and several other tracks. Yeah, like I need to shout them out because their beats were on this. Like they are incredibly talented dudes.
Hey.
But I need to shout out Nicolette, my homie Big Al, Large Alfred. Peter Inman was in here earlier.
He's still in here. He just put some hearts in the chat for you.
Oh hell yeah. Hearts back at you, bro. Hearts back at you. But yeah, much love to everybody who was watching this. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you greatly for having me on here. It was an absolute pleasure. And yeah, I hope everyone's had a blessed weekend, man.
Absolutely. And the door's always open, man. If you ever need anything, you know, like I just dropped a new track. I go live on Friday, so I'll just put that track on my list and we'll make sure people are hearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And the door's always open. You ever want to do like an album review, another interview, just DM me and we'll set up a time and date, man.
Fuck yeah. Sounds good, man.
And a big shout out to Andrea one more time. Big salute. We love you, girl.
Thank you so much, Andrea.
Absolutely. So we got another interview on Tuesday. Big Tones coming through at 4 p.m. Pacific. Then we got the female artist representing Phoenix Rose at 7 p.m. Pacific. So, and Koy Yancey on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. So, we still got a lot of talented artists to talk to. Tell your friends and come through, hang out, vibe, and get to know each other, man. That's what this whole thing's about. The SGR crew is taking over the internet. That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Much love to everybody. We'll see you guys on the next one. Big salute and peace.
Peace.
All right, we are clear.